on things that would actually be relatable to you. All right. So, who are we? This is Blue Sky Citadel. I represent Blue Sky Citadel here, and we are a visionary educational institution. We are pioneers in IT courses, and give we render services. Yes, we render services to majorly people from the Black ethnic minority, because I would say that 90% of those who come to this platform are from that category. So we render training services and mentorship for IT career jobs, training jobs, and place work experiences. So I'll just give you a bit of our background. We started in 2009 as an initiative to empower friends. And that 2009, I was the first student. So what we're seeing now is a result of somebody who took a decision, who thought, okay, yes, okay, I'm ready to learn this. Okay. And we later extended to friends. From friends, our friends started to tell their friends. Why? Because we were getting results, and we extended to the community, and from the community, we extended to the global institute. So that is who we are. You're going to hear more about us as we go on. And why do we exist? I'm sure a lot of us have asked ourselves these personal questions sometimes, because you're wondering what your purpose is. But it wasn't difficult at all for us to understand that the purpose here is to be able to raise aspiring IT professionals and help them to thrive in their field, in whatever IT career they've chosen, and also not leave them in that state of choosing and just going into the job, but also nurturing them to a place where they themselves are able to impact their community. Okay, so what is our mission? So our mission is to empower 2,500 individuals across the globe in IT careers and businesses by 2025. That looks like a big one. Yes, they always say, if your vision is not big enough, then you have not started at all. So the vision is that by 2025, we'll be having a vibrant community of 2,500 empowered IT professionals and also IT entrepreneurs who will be collectively shaping the future of the industry. And they will be able to showcase their excellence, showcase their innovative drive, and impact the industry. We know the industry is ever evolving, and we know the importance of collaboration. And I'm sure most of us here, if not all, are originally from Africa. And right now, if you're very conversant with the news, the awareness is now being created in Africa. Well, if I would talk about Nigeria, where I come from, the awareness is now being created everywhere. The government they want to train as many people as possible. They want them to have that exposure, and we have a lot of youth in that category that they need that kind of exposure and drive. So what am I saying invariably? The people in Nigeria, they are not sitting down waiting for miracle to happen in that area. The awareness is being created. And if you are here in the UK, or if you're contemplating relocating to the United Kingdom, or you're contemplating relocating back to Nigeria, you need to be relevant. Okay. So all of this are part of the vision. And what is our aim? Our aim is to help uh, these individuals. Also, as we are helping these individuals, we are also helping ourselves, because that is what the overall impact at the end of the day. Everybody grows together. We are able to unleash the potential, and we can all soar above the blue sky. And what do we say about the sky? We say it's no longer the limit. And guess what? It's not too late to learn. It's never too late to learn for anybody. And who is this webinar for? If you are here, you want to spread your wings and fly as high as you can, whether you've just relocated into the United Kingdom or you've been here for some time and you're wondering that when you're thinking of changing your career, or you're thinking you're developing interest in the IT industry, and nobody has been able to explain anything to you clearly how it works in this part of the world. Okay, not just in the United Kingdom, because we have people who are part of our community from across the world. So if you want to be able to if you want to get yourself into a place where you can unleash the potential in you and soar and do as much as your heart desire, whilst you are having a fulfilling career, this webinar is for you. If you're here, you're passionate about the industry, you know a bit about the industry, you're passionate about it, you have people around you who talk about it, you see what they're doing, and you also want to get involved, you're passionate about it, now is the time to get in. And if you're here, you're seeking clarity, or you've just found clarity, but you know that you need some support, to be able to go through this journey. You don't want to go through this journey alone. This webinar is for you as well. And who is this webinar not for? If any of us three does not resonate with you, honestly, feel free. It's as open as possible. We are not going to feel bad or make you feel bad that you're leaving us. You don't want to wait till the end. I will say, they always say no knowledge is lost. I'm sure you still gain one thing or the other by staying with us on this call. And just before I go on, my name is Patricia. I introduced myself earlier. I'm an IT professional. I specialize in information systems assurance and security compliance. A Scrum certified professional. I also have certifications in software testing, and aside from what I do as my day job, I am also an IT business consultant, a career coach in the IT industry, and a mentor as well. So please, if you want to connect with me, feel free to do that. Okay, it's about the topic tonight. Define limits and find your IT career identity. I just want to know if people are following me. If you're following, please put a 111 in the chat.
I can hear you.
It's about to get down.
Hello?
Let's dive in. Yes, please. I would say if you need to get yourself something to drink while we are here, I'm hoping, and the plan is that we don't spend more than an hour 45 minutes here. We're going to be as quick as possible, go straight to the point, and ensure that everyone gets value. All right. Thank you, Nadine. I see everyone, yeah, putting, yeah, thank you so much. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Now, what does it mean to define limits? What does it mean to define limits? Why do we need to define limits? And in this case, I want us to take it in the context, not in a negative context, not like you want to be a non-conformer for rules that are meant to be obeyed, okay? So, what does it mean to defy limits? Does anybody have any idea what it means to defy limits? And before I move on, look at this young man on the rope. He's going somewhere, yeah, and it looks like there's somebody far off there waiting for him. So there's a destination that he's trying to reach, and you can imagine how he's making that journey on a rope, on a rope. You can see all the things, there's I think that's just some so he's doing that above a stream or something. There are rocks, it's not just something that looks easy to do. So, and that kind of describes us, there's always a destination, there's always something we want to achieve, but there are different things, crying for attention, different thing calling for our attention. And these things might be distractions, and these things as well can be limitations. Okay. So, how do we go about defining limits to finding our IT, our career identity? And what we are going to be looking at today, what does it mean to define limits? Who should define limits? Then why you should define limits to find your IT career identity, and how do you find your identity? And then we're going to hear from our speakers tonight. I'm not going to be the only one speaking tonight. So please, yeah, get ready. So if you want to make notes, please do make notes. You might need to go back to your notes. So I believe that tonight you have certainly defied some limits to get here today. I'm sure some of us probably had some other plans, or there were some things that you knew that that you were supposed to, attend. Maybe you had an event, but you had to leave that event early, or you are still probably at that event, but you're somewhere trying to listen to this. Those are these little things that you have, the sacrifices that you've made. Sometimes these things that come across as limitations can also be things that you need to sacrifice to be able to achieve something of value that you want to achieve. So I'm going to be looking at the definition. What does it mean to define limits? If anyone has anyone puts anything in the chat, let me have a look. Okay. What does it mean to define limits? Does anyone have any idea? Define limits. Okay. Yeah. So some would say, I looked it up in the dictionary, to break barriers. And I think that is simple. It is clear to break barriers. So barriers are meant to be broken in a good way, to go beyond expectations. Fantastic. Thank you for me. To go beyond expectations, to not settle for the common expectations. Yeah, yeah. Not settling for the common expectation. Okay. The expectation, there's a belief, okay, when you go to school, you go to college, let's take it from where we come from. For those that go for after NYC, at the end of the day, what else are you looking for? If you're a woman, they probably expect that you just go straight and get married, or find a man that can take care of you and get married, and that's your life started. And there's another school of thought, I believe, get a very good paying job, sort yourself out, and then you start to look for a spouse, and it could be okay, after school you want to start a business, by the time you are settled, you have all the money, some people are like that. And so there are some of these expectations that are just common. Okay, and all of this is associated with the mindset, is associated with the environment, is associated with the culture you've grown up with. So defining limits is associated with the mindset that is driven by the determination to overcome challenges, driven by the determination to explore possibilities, driven by the determination to achieve beyond common expectations. Am I making sense? To achieve beyond common expectations, that means you are super achieving, okay? And no achievement is little. No achievement is little, and achievement can also be unique to you. Everybody runs their races, okay? You don't run other people's race, So it is a thing of the mind. And if you want to break barriers, your mindset must be sorted that regardless of these current circumstances, this is where I am going, and I'm going to go with the mindset and determination to overcome any challenge because I want to achieve. And there's something in psychology they call preconceived notions and perceived limitations. And what are preconceived notions? They are the existing ideas, the beliefs, the opinions, the ideas that that has been preconceived by us about a particular thing, about a particular thing. And we form this notion when we have not had any first-hand experience of this particular context we're talking about. We don't have the exposure yet. As individuals, as humans, we are formed, we've created the ideas in our minds. Okay. And we do also have this kind of preconceived notion about the IT sector generally. Okay. We are going somewhere. And there's another one called the perceived limitations. So that is derived from what the preconceived notion has offered to us. There are now those barriers that we believe that they exist, that because these barriers exist, then our success is limited. And I'm going to give an example for those of us that are here, maybe years back when you migrated to the UK, to Europe, America, wherever you are, or if you've just newly migrated. And one thing is this: there's 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 this pattern that wherever you get to stay, whoever you get to stay with, if that person is a social worker, there's every tendency that you will end up being a social worker. You know, it became it has become a pattern, okay, and it has become something that has been that has now created a perceived limitation. But until you have exposure to something first, then you believe that it is possible. I mean, there are people that come into this country, they spend like 10 years before they even had the opportunity to get any first-hand information how they can change their careers. And there are some people within the first 2 years, they've gotten that information. And let's look at these examples that I'm going to be talking about. Now, sometimes this perceived notion can be created from our educational background. Now, some individuals, like an example, believe that you need to have a computer science degree. So I'm just bringing it back home now to the IT industry. You need to have a computer science degree before you can have a successful IT career. Agrees with me here. Does anybody agree here that that is just the truth? Without, or you are still in that state of perceived notion that if you don't have a computer science degree, you can't have a successful IT career. And where does that take us to as a perceived limitation? So it takes us to a place where an individual, because of that perceived notion, now feels that they are going to be at a disadvantage position because they don't have a computer science degree. Hence, they cannot be successful in that IT career. And that is a big lie from the pit of hell. That is a big lie from the pit of hell. I'll quickly share a story. I was once on a roll, and I know I will acknowledge, I always acknowledge the God factor, okay? But was I the most experienced IT professional? Excuse me, was I the most experienced in that team? No. But who was the last, when they say last man standing in a project, so sometimes it's not about the qualification, also it's about the person. And this is where our identity is coming into play. This is where who we are, your personality is also involved. So don't think because you don't have an IT background or you don't know how to code, that you're going to be at a disadvantage, if you go into the career. There is always something really, really unique about you that if you take the right steps, follow the right process, you are going to discover that yourself and you are going to be glad you did. Okay. And there's another example there that the IT industry is a male dominated field. I had that notion because many years back, because at the end of the day, most of the roles I go into, I'm always the only female in the team. But these days, things are changing. All right. So then there's always a fear of, oh, the industry is always changing, is always evolving. People are always, there's always some new technology or the other. I can't keep up. And because of that fear, some people just leave the industry. They don't want to be part of the industry. They don't want to just grow with the industry. Whereas you are supposed to grow if you're in the right community, the right place. Now, who should define limits? Everyone. One. You want to overcome fears. You want to develop new skills. There will be barriers. There'll be distractions. There'll be things that will kind of hold you back. There will be some limiting beliefs which you need to overcome with your own empowering belief. Okay, there'll be you have if you have a desire for knowledge, more knowledge, you want to commit to changes that would better yourself, make you become a better person. You need to be ready to defy limits. And I'm still going to repeat in a good way, not going going uh, away with in the negative area position where you need to obey rules and regulation. That's not what we are saying here. Then why should you define limit? Why you should define limits to find your IT career identity? Now, for you to find your IT career identity, you need to understand what goes on in the industry, and it is a global thing. Okay, this is not just Europe, America, Nigeria, Africa, Cameroon, or whatever. It is, and it is a sector where there is rapid technological advancement. It's a sector where continuous learning is required. I mean, there are some certifications you write that maybe in the next 3 or 4 years you need to rewrite the certifications. So you need to be ready to burn the midnight candles. You need to be ready to make some sacrifices. And you won't be doing it alone. Because when you're doing it alone, it becomes overwhelming. When you're doing it in a community, you are helped, okay? You want to contribute to the industry as an industry expert. And you want to be able to showcase yourself as a subject matter expert in that particular IT field that you are in. Now, how do you find your career identity? It's really, really simple. Really simple. You self-assess yourself. What skills have you got now? What skills can you transfer? What are your areas of strength? What are your areas of interest? Some people, you are natural writers. You can be a technical IT writer. Okay. You can be a business analyst. Okay. If you like writing, we all have different passions. What things do you hold in high esteem? What are your values? What are your goals? You need to be able to self-evaluate all of this. And you also need to be inquisitive. You need to be able to explore specific IT domain, research them, there are lots of tools that you can use to research. Take courses with hands-on experience. Find a mentor, seek guidance from a mentor. Okay, build good relationship. Don't burn the bridges. Don't burn the bridges with your mentor, with people that are helping you and guiding you and holding your hands. With people who are saying, and a lot of times we don't even see the strengths that we are, but people can make that observation and tell you. It's always good to listen. Listen when these things keep coming, then you now need to self-evaluate and think about it. That perhaps these people are saying the right thing. Okay, personal development, your education, you need to be ready to be a lifelong learner in this industry. And I think it's a good thing, meaning that even while you stop doing the 9 to 5 as an IT professional, your brain is still alert. Because your retirement plan is in place. Why? Because you can always pass on what you have gained, your experience, your knowledge in the knowledge sharing space you know, then you always need to continually evaluate, inspect, and adapt. You have your role, you have your goals, you have your values. Always check that they are in alignment with the destination. You are here, you want to be there. Okay. Some things need to happen in between. All right. And that is why we have come here to talk about this so that we keep reminding ourselves that these things are doable. And thank you for listening tonight. And I'm going to be passing you on to our speakers. Um, we'll take questions and answers later. Okay. Over to you, Mayowa.
Good evening, everyone. And I believe my my audio is okay. Can you please hear me all?
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. Okay. And I'm sharing. Can you see my slides? Okay. Right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Mayo Waoshi. I'm a certified Scrum Master. And it's been an awesome journey on being a Scrum Master, a certified one for that matter. And many thanks to Blue Sky Citadel for even being there for me. Sometimes I do run out to some people to, when I have issues, to help me out. So tonight, briefly, because of our time, what is Scrum? And I'll be looking at our Scrum framework and Scrum values. And then I'll tell you the opportunities that are out there as a Scrum Master. So please follow. Scrum, like as you can see on my screen here, it's a subset of Agile. And we have XP, we have Kanban, but I'm majoring on Scrum. And it is a framework for developing and sustaining complex products. You will realize that as simple as I can make it, we all have maybe iPhone or Samsung, but there are people who kind of, develop these items that we're using and from IT tech, and it gets into our hands. So we look for solutions, and I'm part of that, and I'm happy to be. So as a Scrum Master, I support my team to ensure that impediments are removed. But before I get into that, I want to create a picture that you can take away from here that resonate later on when you're making your decision as to what career path or what is it that, especially people that are looking to transition. Because I was such in a situation at some point. I was working within the financial services many years ago, and I was looking into what next to do and how do I transition. And fortunately, I found myself in this path, and I can assure you, Lady Pat was telling us about perceived and all those things. So I am a go-getter, and I tell you that I was never afraid, whether because of my IT background, non-IT background or not. My first degree was in agriculture. I did biological sciences, and it wasn't a barrier for me to transition into IT. And I want to encourage someone as well out there thinking, oh, can I do it? It's not for me because it's techy or it's difficult, but your notion will also help you, right? And like I said, I'm a certified Scrum Master, and also by the grace of God, I'm a minister of the gospel. And one of the things that you will enjoy from this platform of Blue Sky is that you will get support. And I said to you that even while I'm working, I do run out to people on from Blue Sky who also help me. So now focusing on my daily work as a Scrum Master, what do I do? So within the Scrum framework, we have, if you can write a formula 353, this is not the football formula, that you have maybe 442 formation, but you can keep this formula into your brain that can help you what this Scrum is all about. We talk about the three. The three will be the three roles within the Scrum, that is a product owner, which I can put my cursor on, product owner. We have the development team and the Scrum Master. So three, this is 1, 2, 3. And then we have what we call the 5 is the ceremonies. So we have the sprints, we have the sprint backlog, sprint review, we have sprint retrospective, and we have the daily Scrum. So these are that forms the 5, and we also have the 3 artifacts, that is the product backlog, the sprint backlog, and the product increment. So this is, I'm just giving you a synopsis into what Scrum is all about, okay? So as my team, I work with the product owner to ensure that the backlog, we have what we call the product backlog here. So they get all the information, the requirement from the business, and they are, ranked, in order in terms of our product backlog item, or the one we call user stories in here, and in order of priority, business priority, in the way we want it achieved. And then the team comes together, the development team here, don't forget 353. So the development team consists of professionals who are, they either, now we call them development team, they can be developers or the test analysts, the QA. So from here, as a Scrum Master, I work with the product owner to ensure that the backlog is refined and are ready for work for the developers or the development team. And then we have what we call the sprint planning. At this sprint planning, the team come together, to select the team from the top of the items in order in which the business wants it, or we, as a priority to deliver. And from there will be a breakout where there is what we call the sprint backlog. It is this one, I can say, maybe a basket of work from which we will begin now to work and say, okay, you and I have agreed that we're going to deliver this thing, so you pick your own, and it is from there that this thing will achieve what we plan. Ideally, there is what we call iteration, depending on the business, what the business wants. We call it iteration or cadence. So it can be either, between 1 to 4 weeks. So within every 24 hours, we meet, to look at what is it that we have done from yesterday, and that is the daily Scrum meeting here. You can see the people here, colored here, different people, cross-functional people with skills. They have different things that they do. They come together. I will still be meeting some of them as we go on in our meeting. So we come together to say, okay, what is it that you've started to do from the time that we had our sprint planning here until the breakout that we had here? So they will tell us, okay, yesterday I did this, and my focus today is to achieve this. And is there any impediment? An impediment is a blocker. An impediment is a barrier, that will not allow you to achieve what you agreed to or you have committed to achieve from the sprint planning. So every morning we come together to meet, to assess that, to inspect, to ensure that all things are working in order for us to, meet the sprint goal. And as a Scrum Master, I also work to ensure that I check what we have metrics. This metrics tells us the work that is left from our planning to achieve, or if we are burning down well, if are we doing how much are we doing well with the work that we're doing? So there is a chart that tells me that as a Scrum Master. And then it is the Scrum Master as myself that facilitates this Scrum meeting. Or sometimes, you know, as a team that is developing or maturing, you can also do on your own. But I work particularly with this team to ensure that one, our meetings are time boxed and productive. And also as a Scrum Master, I work to ensure that my team are shielded away from external. You know, within a business, there are people, you know, they try to distract the staff, you know, from the development team from achieving. You know, you might have committed to say, okay, on the sprint planning, we want to achieve this. And you're working on a velocity. So if someone comes to say, oh, Adi, can you do this for me? Meanwhile, you have your time plan and committed that this is what you're going to achieve as a team member. It means that your time that you're meant to deliver, you know, you're spending it on another thing. I, as a Scrum Master, needs to ensure that such is not allowed. I will tell you more about, if I have the time, about our Scrum values, you know, about our commitment, about our focus, openness, respect. And these are part of the work that I do as a Scrum Master. And at the end of the sprint, we have what we call sprint review. Sometimes some people call it show and tell or demo. So all the work that we have agreed, you know, or committed to do at the sprint planning here, we try to demonstrate it to the people who have given their requirement to the product owner here. So we send an invitation to them so that they can come and see the functionalities that we have built in the course of our sprint of the 4 weeks or 2 weeks iteration. So they come around, we will demo it, and they say, okay, this is the requirement that I have given, and that it's okay with us. So, and at the end of the day, at the end of the sprint, we also have a sprint, what we call sprint retrospective, where the team come together to inspect and adapt to see, okay, what is it that we did in the last sprint that we can do better? Are there things that didn't work for us that we can improve upon? So the team comes together and means that at the end of the sprint, there is a shippable item that must be delivered. And that is, you know, the role of a Scrum Master, ensuring that, you know, the team, they are coached. I also am a coach and I'm a mentor. I try to look out for the health of, you know, of the team, to see that they are healthy, you know, and also ensure that I resolve any conflict in the course of the sprint. You see, there is a way when people of different background, or even people from the same household, they will always have an issue, you know, to resolve as a conflict. So then, as a Scrum Master, it is my responsibility to ensure that conflicts are resolved. It's inevitable in a team. So these are the skills that, you know, you might want to consider. Do you have the skills, you know, to bring people together to sort things out? Do you have the passion, you know, to ensure that things are organized? Are you the one who can protect other people, you know, from distraction? So these are the things that I want you to, you know, to consider. Are you also very good in terms of, so you can see that you don't have to, you know, have a, you know, a BSc in IT before you can say you want to do a Scrum Master. So I will leave it for time because of other things that I want to cover. But so far, that is what I do as a Scrum Master. I work with a product owner to ensure that our work is prioritized. I'll also work with the development team to ensure that they are focused, they are mentored, and they are, you know, empowered such that they deliver what we aim to achieve as a team. So, and I was mentioning earlier about the Scrum values, that it is important that, you know, the team member should show courage. You know, once we set out from the sprint planning that this is what we want to achieve, they must not be afraid to, you know, to deliver. And our focus must also be on what we want to achieve. So team members should be able to work together in order to achieve the goals that we have set. And the commitment as well, you know, must also be there from everyone. It's not that maybe you pick an item, you just feel, oh, I can't do this one, and you just drop it. We must be able to, you know, to ensure that we work as a team with a commitment to deliver, and also show respect to one another. So whether they are, because there are people with different skills, you know, and there are things that we can do to help one another, we must respect, and you must not, you know, be disrespectful, as that can, you know, lead to, you know, morale coming down from our members. And also we must be also open to one another, about the work that we want to do. So now, if I may ask you, if with your interest, you might be wondering, a Scrum Master, an average salary for a Scrum Master, according to Total Job, shows that it's 62,499. And that's not the peak. It can go as far as over 90, and it can be about 52. So this you can, is on the internet, and you can see that on your own. So like I said to you, you don't have to be have to have technology or anything, or being techie. You say, oh, it's too techie, I can't do it. No, that's not about this role. So and I said to you, I was not afraid. So that notion, you need to remove it if you want to break, or you want to, demystify all these things. So I don't know if you have any question, but you can hold that till the end. But I can tell you that you stand to gain a lot by coming to Blue Sky Citadel. There will be a lot of support for you. Other than experienced people, certified, trained people, there is also the pastoral care. Every Thursday we meet to pray, and people come around. If you are one of such that believe in God and you want to break through as well, so you can also get that support. I think that's it from me so far for tonight. Thank you very much for having me, and if there are questions, I will be here to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Maiwa. We really appreciate you sharing your experience with us. And I don't know if anybody has any question for Maiwa. If you have questions, please put it in the chat. We'll pick up the questions at the end of the webinar. So I'll quickly move on to our next presenter.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for confirming. Hi, everyone. My name is Oluwatufodi. I'm a certified product owner and a digital business analyst. I currently work with Aduna Specialty. It's an insurance company where I work on several projects. Apologies. I'll just talk briefly about my journey into the IT world. To be honest, when I was transitioning into IT, I was doing customer service, and I was living in Czech Republic before coming to the UK. And at the time when I was wrapping up my stay in Czech Republic, I was kind of confused on what next. What am I supposed to do next? How do I go about my life? What career path? But I knew that I was done with customer service. And then fortunately for me, I stumbled on business development. It wasn't business analysis, but it was close, and I just picked interest immediately. And then my husband kind of encouraged me and told me about Blue Sky. So as soon as I came into the UK, I was opportune to do the training for 3 months. And as soon as I started the training, I knew that this was what I wanted. Reason being that there was this support of I never felt like I was ever alone throughout the journey. I had mentors and tutors to guide me along the way, helping me understand each and every concept that has to do with business analysis. And yeah, it was such a really, really interesting journey. And there's always this push of, oh, start putting yourself out there, start applying. Almost immediately, you get into the program, which you will find the reason for this, the reason why Deji does this every single time, every year. I know it's scary, but it's better to jump into the sea and there will always be a lifeguard on the other side than not jump at all. You never know what you will find, to be honest. So, um, Blue Sky is one place whereby you stand to gain a lot. You stand to gain a community of Black people that will hold your hand throughout your journey, even after the program is finished. So it's not a place where you'll be abandoned after the program. And it's also a place where you're going to learn a lot. You're going to be exposed to a lot of things. And tonight, I'm just going to give you a snippet of what you'll be learning as a business analyst coming into this program. One concept that you will hear a lot as a business analyst is requirements gathering, documentation. So you're going to hear that concept a whole lot. So what is requirement in itself? Requirement simply means what the business want, the business goal, the business vision, simply put. So when a business owner comes to you, your first interaction will be with the business owner, telling you that this is my vision for this particular product, and I want you to bring it to life. So, as a business analyst, what you're trying to do is break down that very big vision into simpler tasks that the development team can then build on. They can work on it so that you can bring this vision into life. So you break it down into the mission, the objective, the strategy, the tactics that you're going to use to bring this alive. Um, there are different things that are involved in requirements gathering. So, like the definition here, requirement gathering is the process of determining what your project needs to achieve and what needs to be created to make it happen. So there are several processes that you need when gathering requirements. The first thing is to identify the relevant stakeholders. I'm not going to expatiate a lot because I'm not going to give away so much. This is just to whet your appetite and for you to find out all the wonderful things you're going to be learning as a business analyst. There's a lot of knowledge, but I'm just going to mention a few to you. Um, is to identify your stakeholders. You have to establish the project goals and objective. You elicit requirements. That's a buzzword which will be explained further when you come into the program. You document the requirements, you confirm the requirements, you prioritize it, and you never make assumptions when it comes to requirements. So there are different stages to gathering requirements. The very first stage is to understand the pain point. What is a pain point? Simply put, is what is the reason for this? So when we say pain point in the IT world, because it's not just business analysts that uses pain points, also UX designers. If you speak to product designers, you hear things like pain point. So that buzzword is a common phenomenon in the IT sector. But what are we saying? What we're trying to say is, what is the reason behind this project? What is the solution this project is going to provide? If we implement this solution, what is it going to solve? What problem is it going to solve? So simply put, that's pain point. And the second thing is you want to eliminate language ambiguity. What does that mean? Make it simple, make it as simple as possible. You don't want your stakeholders to be confused. You don't want to bombard them with a lot of technical jargons and make them confused, leave them confused at the end of the day. You want to identify corner cases. So there are times that you're gathering requirements and then you realize that you are not thinking about the alternative. What if it goes wrong? So as a business analyst, you think wide, you think very wide. You are thinking about the what could go wrong as early as possible in your requirement gathering stage. And then you go on to write your user stories. And the last point, then you create a definition of done. Next slide, please. So yeah, there are different techniques for eliciting requirements. So eliciting requirements is the same thing as gathering requirements. And yeah, in the business analysis world, we use a lot of buzzwords, and apologies if it's become a force of habit. If you hear me say certain things that you don't understand, there will definitely be further explanation when you come into the program. So elicitation techniques, what are the elicitation techniques? We have research, there are so many, but this a few. We have research, we have observation, we have interview, we have workshop, we have prototyping. All of this is to help us understand. We don't necessarily use all of these for one project, but we might use it in different situation as the situation arise, which will be expatiated as we go along in the program. I hope this helps, and I look forward to having a wonderful time with you. And just to mention, I'm also a mentor and a tutor on Blue Sky, and I'll be happy to help you on this journey on achieving your IT career. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bolu. That was really insightful, and I hope our audience here have gotten value from that little teaser you've given. And I'll move on to the next speaker. I'll move on to our next speaker, Abimbola.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Abimbola Basharu. I am a certified test analyst. I'm a developer, IT business associate, tutor, and a mentor. So I will be talking to you today about software testing because I am a technical person. So this is just about me. And the reason I put this together is just to encourage people. I have so many people that were in my shoe before. They work as a customer service attendant, and they're like, okay, can I do this IT? Do I have to go to school? Do I have to have a degree? No. Just like Lady Pat have said, you just need a training, and the more work you put into it, then you'll be a better person. So about me, I'm a automation senior test engineer at my place of work is Office of Gas and Electricity. That's where I work, and I work at Canary Wharf. I am a senior test analyst there, and I do a lot of responsibility there. And a brief description is on the slide, which you can see. And also, I'm also a lead developer. I work at Brick Icons as a lead developer. And those are the projects that I work on. I work on the corporate website, e-commerce website. I love computer and I love to build websites. It's just like my 5 and 6. And nothing can stop me from doing that. And all of these I achieve it by putting hard work into it. So regardless of where you're working at the moment, I'm a mom of 4. And people still ask me, how did I do this? And I'm able to still earn better money. I told them it's hard work. And you can see the picture you can see was a Royal Mail. I work at night there and I was sorting letter. And the lady was saying to me, you work so hard, give me your phone, let me record you so that you can give it to your kids. And I did. And I show it to my kids and they all love it and they love to see me in a video. And Blue Sky Citadel is something I have joined a very long time. I have them on WhatsApp and I also have them on Telegram, and I decided to put more effort into it. But here I am today. I'm a certified Scrum Master. I'm a certified Scrum Product Owner. I am a certified Scrum Developer. And I also have progressive exams lined up for me because where I am at work, there are lots of progress and lots of exams that have been scheduled for me. And the screenshot you're seeing is my LinkedIn recommendation. Jez is one of a super fantastic developer. When I joined that company, I used to work with him. I don't know, he's taking note of me. And anytime you work with me, you know that you work with someone because I'm a consistent person and you will get to know me by all means. So I make sure I force myself to know me, force you to know me by my hard work. Because when you put hard work into things, you get that result. So that is the recommendation that you can see on the screen. Is just giving me, I was so blown away by that. I didn't notice, but I was so excited. So that's my LinkedIn. You can check me on LinkedIn and you can check me on Telegram. So today, this is all what I'm going to be talking about, but I'll be talking about software testing. What is software testing? Manual testing, automation testing tools, automation tester salaries, which is very, very sweet, and Glassdoor. Next slide, please. So in summary, I like to have a picture to demonstrate what I'll be talking about because I don't like too many documentation. That is the reason why I have a picture here. I'm a very, very technical person. I just want to find results quickly. I don't like too many documentation. And you can see from the first screenshot, he's saying something about software engineering. That's just the simple truth and explanation. Software testing is nothing but finding the bug in the application you're testing. So that is the reason why I am a qualified automation senior tester. So I'm so proud because I found a lot of bugs, and which I communicate with my developers at work and they fix and I retest. So the second screenshot is telling you if you do a testing, it's either it passes or it fails. So if it passes, then we have work in an agile team because the process we use at my work is an agile process, and we also work in 2 weeks iteration. So by the time you join us, you're going to understand everything about this agile process because it's a very, very sweet process. And you can see the Scrum Master, Mayowa, said something about sprint retrospective, daily Scrum, sprint retro, sprint planning. Those are fantastic ceremonies, which I love to be in the meeting. And I'm also required to be there as a tester. And the other screenshot is talking about the, okay. Now I have it, okay. This other screenshot is just talking about the importance of testing. And that is just the basic truth of the importance of testing. You can see through a well-crafted test, a teacher can find out if student understood the course that have been taught. Because like Lady Pat have said, every time she talks, she always wants to get confirmation that you actually get what she's talking to you about. That is part of testing. And anytime anybody is talking, they want to see if you can hear them. You hear people on the Zoom call saying, can you hear me? That is a testing. We all do testing every day without realizing that we're actually doing testing. So everybody on the call here, I like to be jealous about my role. And I'll say that you can apply to be a software tester because it's very, very interesting. And you will really find it, you will really enjoy it as well. Next slide, please. So I've used a use case diagram here just to tell you about testing. This is a customer, and this is an online shopping system. We all know that for every customer, you want to log into a particular website. Because I'm a developer as well, I'm going to be wearing the two cap. I am a developer, I build a website. I've done everything on the website. And yes, customer is ready to go online and order the products and be able to have a complete checkout, which we all do on a daily basis. Christmas is coming. Everybody's looking forward to sales. And yes, they want to buy one or two things, Christmas tree, Christmas dresses. We are going to be doing testing. We are going to be doing testing, whether we want to log in online, we want to be able to see the product, you're testing it. You want to be able to make purchases, you're also testing the system. You want to be able to view items, you're also testing as well. And you can see we have the service authentication, which is you are able to log in. Because if you cannot log in, let's say, for example, most of my colleagues, they love to wait for Christmas sales when it comes to Nest, because that is when they get to buy lots of clothes. And if you cannot log into Nest, I think what they would do is just to go online to see if they can chat with anyone to say, Why are we not able to log into Nest? And I'm sure they are also doing their best to make sure that you can test their system and you can also use it as well. We have the identity provider as well. You are able to view the item. And credit card payment is very, very important as well, because if you work in an e-commerce company, because I used to work in an e-commerce company, but now I don't work in an e-commerce company anymore. But when I used to work in an e-commerce company, we make sure that payment is part of what we do regression testing on. All of these buzzwords, don't worry, we are here. I'm a mentor, I'm a tutor. And what we do is to help you, whether you're a customer service, whether you're warehouse attendants, whether you are any role, regardless, you can do this and you can earn big money. Next slide, please. Now, I also have a diagram here to spot a tester in a car park. We can see that many of us, we go to car park, maybe we go to hospital appointments, and we park and we don't know we are doing testing. We first of all do testing with our eyes, trying to see the spots which we can park. Is it testing because you're trying to spot where you can park? There are times that I go to car park and I'm looking for where to park. I have to use my eyes to test. Now I found a spot and I park in that spot. That is another testing. You're able to see that you can fit in through to park in the middle of cars. That is another testing. Now I've parked for so long and now I'm leaving. What do I need to do? I need to pay for my car parking and I need to leave. So this particular screenshot is just talking about this gentle cartoon overstaying in the car park and now it's about to leave and it's just finding error. So the next thing it's going to do, because when you found, it's either, like I said previously, when you do a test, it's either it passes or it fails. So once it fails, it's a bug, which all of this thing is going to be taught. So don't worry. So this error we found, you immediately when you find this, you go to the parking office. You have to look for where the parking office, you're also doing testing. So you walk there, you're also doing testing. So now you're speaking to the parking office attendants, you're telling the person that you cannot buy a ticket. It means that the machine is either faulty. Now, the one below is just talking about the question that the attendants need to ask, because whether you're a customer service person, you will be trained as well. And if I'm also a tester here and I'm testing that, oh, the machine is also working, I still have to listen. So we both work hand in hand, and this person is asking, how long have you stayed? And you can see it says, yes, it was exactly 46 minutes between paying. And the next one is saying, oh, why did it take so long? And the tester is saying, every time I've used this car park, I've taken so long between the paying and leaving, which is the attitude that some of us are, we take so long. And by the time we do that, because it's a system that we program, when you are a tester in this particular company, what you will be testing is to say that when you're parking in a particular place and you already pay for the ticket to leave, do not exit 15 minutes. So I've tested it. Let's say I'm in a company, I've tested it. It should not exit 15 minutes. And here I am, I found this gentleman exiting more than 15 minutes. So this is exactly what happened. You see an error, and you cannot even go through the barrier because you've exited the time. That is just part of testing. And I hope you find this very, very interesting. And we will give room for questions at the end of the presentation. Next. Now, this is manual testing. Before you can start testing, we do manual testing, and we also do automation. But before you do manual testing, first of all, you need to understand the software performed on the user system, because once you join a company as a tester, forget about you being a customer service before. You just need to understand the software they're using in that company. You need to understand the application they are working on. You need to get familiarized and there, which is what Bolu have explained. Bolu role in my company is just to write all the requirements, give documentation of whatever is needed there. Me as a tester in that company, I just need to get the right documentation, read everything and understand the application. Once I understand it, then I'm able to carry on. Manual testing in just a simple language is just manual testing is performed by carefully executed predefined test cases. Yeah, it's just to test that what your test, the application you're testing is, it meets the expected results and it's also working properly. And the screenshot is just telling you about test cases. Don't worry, because of time. When you join this program, trust me, this is very, very interesting. And it's something that you will love to also know how to write as well. And I'm there, like I said, I will be doing some tutorial and also mentor. So relax. Next slide, please. So we have automation tools. Once you know everything about manual testing, we also have the coding part, which is very, very interesting. I love coding. And it wasn't easy when I first joined, when I started my career as a software engineer. It wasn't that easy, knowing that I have this customer service background, but with consistency and also reading overnight, I was able to understand coding. And it's not something you will love at first, but it's something you will enjoy it later. So those are the testing tools that we use. We use Jenkins, Maven, Bamboo, Visual Studio. Currently at my place of work, we use Visual Studio, both the testers and the developers. And also, as a developer as well, you can be a WordPress developer, which I'm a lead developer as well. And you don't need a code. So no code developer as well. You can also find that very interesting. When you join this program, this is everything we learn here. Trust me, you are not going to miss anything. Next slide, please. So the testing roles, this is a tester's role. You have a manual QA engineer. You have test automation engineer. We have a technical lead. We have the test lead, and we have the performance QA engineer. These are the people that you will find in a company. We also have the business analyst like Bolu. We also have the Scrum Master or Scrum Agile Delivery Manager like Mayowa. So this is the interesting part, the salary part, and I'm sure you're all waiting for this. So if you are a manual tester, this is a delicious salary. Trust me, you can get a role. The first time you're getting a role, you can be earning £31,000 per annum, which is different from some of us that we are earning. Not to talk down on your role, but to just encourage you that you can earn more. So anytime I'm talking to people, I reach out to people a lot. I go online, I tell people about my role. I'm confident about it. I push it a lot, and I tell them you can earn more working from home, because I work from home and I just open my system in the morning and I work 9 to 5 at home. And my kids, I can take them to school. And I also have a very supportive husband, and we both do the same role. And he's very, very supportive. He also encouraged me. And you can see, if I am a manual tester, maybe this is what I'll be earning. But no, I am not a manual tester. But if you find yourself as a manual tester, that is what you will get. Now, if you decided to advance to be an automation tester, which I am, as well as developer, this is a very delicious salary you'll be earning. So I just wanted to guess where I fit in. And yeah, I fit in very high. Yeah, because of the hard work. If you put hard work to it, this is what you'll be getting. And if you first start as an automation tester, you can be earning 40,000 per annum. And this salary is based on how you do well at interview. If you do very well at interview, you might be offered £40,000. And if you do very, very fantastic, trust me, you'll be earning £70,000. And it's not a magic. It's something you can earn. So if you do well as an automation tester, and I want you to make up your mind tonight and apply for my role, because I'm so jealous about it. Yeah. And so that you'll be earning £70,000. And yeah. So these are the questions that I would love you to answer and put in the chat. What is testing? What do you understand by testing? Please put it in the chat and we go through it at the end of the day. Why is software testing required? You can also please answer it and put it in the chat, and we will go through it at the end of the program. Next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. And the reason why I put this picture here, because anytime I talk to people about my role, I like to tell them the background of how I started. This is me working in a Royal Mail because I used to do Christmas casual. I have kids at home and I go at night and I go and work there. Now my life changed. Now I work from home. I just open my laptop in the morning and I had good morning as an automation tester, and which you can also do as well. So I believe I've encouraged a lot of you here. And please do apply tonight. Please and please. There's lots of opportunity out there and interesting salary. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Abimbola. Thank you for sharing, and I do hope that our audience here have been encouraged. Please put your questions in the chat. Put your questions on the chat if you have questions. All the questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. Thank you. And David, please, if you can jump in, you're next. Hi, David. I'm sharing screen from here. You can speak if you are there.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, thank you very much. Hi, so my name is David. I'm a business growth consultant and a data analyst here in Nigeria. Yeah. And I'm going to just be presenting on data analysis, the eye of every business. Right. All right. All right. So basically, this is just about me. I'm a business growth consultant. I help Kingdom business owners grow their businesses through marketing data analysis and strategy development and implementation. Right. Yes. So this is something that you might not have discovered about yourself until now, but I'm just going to be letting you discover it. You are already a data analyst, but you don't just know. Let's have a simple experiment, right? And I'll need you to just give me an answer, right? So we have somebody, his name, let's just give it imagination, right? His name is John, right? John. And we're going to be examining John's data for 5 days, just 5 days of the week. John has 10 tasks to do at work every single day, but he has different activities of the day. And sometimes he gets to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning. So on Monday, he wakes up by 5 a.m. and he completes 10 of his tasks in the day, completes everything. But the next day, he woke up by 7 a.m. and was only able to complete just 5 tasks. On Wednesday, he woke up by 5 a.m. also, and then he completed 10 of those tasks. Then the next day, he woke up by 6 and completed only 8. Then on Friday, he woke up by 5 a.m. and completed all those tasks. Now, I'm going to ask the question, what time should John wake up consistently for him to have his highest productive pitch at work? Let me check the comment section. What time should John wake up? 5 a.m. All right. So I said 4. Any other person? 4 a.m. No idea. All right. So basically, based on the data that we already have about John, we saw that by 5 a.m., every time John woke up by 5 a.m., he was hyper productive and completed all his tasks at work. that's basically what data analysis is all about, right? Next slide. So data analysis is basically the process of gleaning insights from data to inform better decisions, right? So data analysis is basically the process of gleaning insights from the data to inform better decisions. And who can be a data analyst? Basically, anyone with dedication and a willingness to learn. Anyone can be a data analyst. If you are dedicated to it and you have a willingness to learn, you can become a data analyst. And next slide. So why you should have become a data analyst by now, right? So by now, you should have been planning to become a data analyst or at least one of these tech roles because of the future of business. In the future, business will become data-driven over owner-driven. So basically, most business owners will take decisions based on what the data is telling them versus just their own ideas, right? So businesses will become data-driven over owner-driven. And then another thing is businesses are becoming more personalized. If you check your Facebook feed, you'll notice that your Facebook feed is different from my own Facebook feed. If you check your Instagram feed, it's different from my own Instagram feed. If you check your YouTube feed, it's different from my YouTube feed. And a lot more like that. Basically because businesses are, these tech giants understand that businesses are becoming personalized. And how are they doing that? They're doing it through artificial intelligence. The data, they're training the algorithm through your own data, right? And if you are going to be featured in the future, you would need to know how to use the data, right? You need to know how to use data for the personalization of those business. Right? And that thing is predictive analysis, right? So this simply talks about how you can use the data that a company generates to predict what can happen in the future of that business. And that's a very, very heavy functionality that businesses need, right? And then improve customer experience because businesses are becoming more personalized, right? The customer experience is getting better by the day. And that is why every business actually needs a data analyst right now, right? And then we have automation and AI. Yes, so next slide. So basically, data analysis has a process that it follows. Just like I asked about John, right? So if you don't, you just remember John all the time, John. Just like I asked about John, how we wanted to know what time should John wake up for him to have a productive day, right? So there's a process we had to follow. Number one, we had to identify the data we wanted to analyze, right? So the data I wanted to analyze was the sleeping pattern of John, right? So that's the data we identified, right? And then we collected that data, right? So probably John was recording it somewhere in his booklet or something. And then we'll clean that data because data, when data comes into a system, is not always in the format that you can use it for any presentation, right? So data is like unfinished or unprocessed information, right? So that's what data is. So we'd have to now take that data and clean it and then make it useful for people to analyze, right? So after you identify your data, collect the data, you clean the data, and then you analyze that data and then interpret the result. So some people already interpreted the result of John, saying should wake up by 5 p.m. Some even said you should wake up by 4 a.m. Right? So probably you'll be able to complete like 12 tasks in a day. Right? So that's basically what the whole process for data analysis. And it's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? So every other thing we just need to learn is just the tools for this analysis. That's all. But once you have that basic methodology in the mind, you know that, okay, so data analysis is basically identifying what data I want to collect, collecting the data we need, cleaning that data, analyzing the data, and then interpreting the results for analysis. That's basically what data analysis is about. And then that's when we now begin to learn about the tools like Excel, Python, learn about Excel, Python, SQL. Then we learn about machine learning and all those other complex things. We can basically just start with Excel. If you have Excel on your laptop, you can start data analysis today, right? Today, you just need to learn. And then how can you become a data analyst within 6 months or less, right? Within 6 months or less, you can become a data analyst very fast. I have a reason for saying within 6 months or less, because while I was learning data analysis here at Blue Sky Studio, I was the best student by my set, right? And one thing my coach or my trainer always told us, right, was that I think we're not even up to 6 months. It was like, with what you know right now, you can apply as a business intelligence expert in any company in Nigeria. And that was just probably just 2 months into the whole training. It told us, with what you know now, you can apply as a business intelligence expert to any company in Nigeria. In fact, it told us to banks, to go to big banks, right? So basically, you just have to set your goals, right? You join a community like Blue Sky, and this is not a fluff, right? This is not a fluff. There are many places where you get to learn all of these things, but you even get to learn them online. But then, if you don't have a community of people that challenges you to become the best you can ever be, you're going to give up. You're going to be tired, right? And that is why you should join a community like Blue Sky Stadium, where you are pushed into becoming the best. You are stretched. It's going to stretch you. I won't lie to you. You're going to be stressed, but then it's going to be worth it, because when you're coming out like hands on the internship at Blue Sky Stadium. So Blue Sky Stadium doesn't just teach you theories about the course, right? They don't just teach you theories. You're going to be doing internship. So internship means hands-on learning, hands-on working on what you're learning actually, and then coming online. I remember we have presentations, right? Presentations almost every week, right? So it's basically an internship, very, very practical. And then you have to apply for roles without fear, right? Consistently just keep applying, whether you're done with the whole 6-month training or not, just keep applying, just continue to apply, because basically you already have practical hands-on experience on what you're going to be doing in the real world system, right? So that's it. Yes. Yeah, so thank you, bro.
Amazing. Thank you very much for that, David. Thank you for the illustration you gave. I believe was enlightening. So I'll just move on. I'm sure our audience are thinking, so what's next? How do I get in? What's next? So, and I'm going to call on Digi to do that final bit. Thank you. Over to you, Digi.
Thank you so much, everyone. So I'll be quick anyway, because I really need to finish this up on time. So now the program, just to kind of bring everything together, you heard different people talk about these programs. And yeah, so you have software testing and we have cybersecurity. I know we've not mentioned cybersecurity, but we have each one of them in different module anyway. So you can go to do cybersecurity or you can do software testing. But of course, we are also looking into combining them as one module as well. For those that are interested in that one, I must warn you, it will be very, very intense anyway. So we also have business analysis as well. So if you want to become a business analyst, like Bolo has rightly mentioned, or you want to do product management or product owner, it's either of those anyway. So you can also kind of apply. So, and also, or if you want to become a project manager, agile delivery manager, or you want to become a scrum master, we have different ones for those ones as well. And David just mentioned about data analysis. So if you want to become a data analyst, or you want to be Oracle ACM analyst as well. So that's another thing that you can apply for. Also, we have, if you want to become a mobile, web, or software developer, you can also apply for our web development course as well. So let's move to the next one. Each of these programs, they have practical sessions, so it's really internship anyway. So for these ones also, we have programs with Excel, CV curation, one-to-one personal career or life coach sessions. Also, yeah, you have on-the-job coaching. Even after you get the job, you will still kind of coach you, will still help you. And also we have how you can optimize. We give you hints on how you can optimize your LinkedIn, how you can make your CV better. And and also we look at how you can create your cover letters and application as well. And also we also do job references as well. Okay, I've been talking quickly. Who am I? My name is Deji. I'm one of the best person that can actually teach you software testing, BA, QA, or even Scrum Master, and also development in the UK right now. I'm one of the 500 professionals in the UK with MVP, that is most valuable professional from Microsoft. I'm also a fellow of the Charter Management Institute. And I won't bore you with all this profile anyway, but one thing I want to say in that I have done everything that's there to be done in software management anyway. So yeah. So, and we have different people working with us. So Pastor Tutu is one of our advisors. The next one, please. So, and also we have Barbosa as well. So, and with lots of experience. And also we have Councillor Geraldine as well. So because of the time, I think we are going to record this thing so you can actually check that profile. So you've met Bolu, and also we have Oyin Odukudu as well, one of the QA mentors. And then we have Ike Odukudu as well, one of the mentors, Ayo for the DA as well. And then we got Kongi, Ayo Kongi as a mentor and also tutor for project management. Also, we got Femi Adedoyin for agile project management and also agile delivery management. We got Kehinde Akinriwa for web development as well. So, and we've also got Abimbola. You've met Abimbola, one of the lead developers and also senior QA mentors. And also we have Kemi Shodeke, who is also an accountant. We're doing the DA, and we have Tina I am Brown, one of the mentors for project management and agile delivery. And we have Maebu, senior admin and also a QA mentor at ADBC Adebomi as well. We then also have got lot of people. To be honest, I think the list is endless. We have a lot of people that I did not actually mention here anyway, but yeah. So there are a lot of testimony and case study. Because of time, I would just, I think we can get the video on what people say after they got a job. This is one person that got the job after finishing the contract. So there's another person as well. So let's just go on. I'll ask you to stop at the particular place, then we can actually talk about those ones. This is another one as well. So, okay, let's move on. So different people talking about their impact and how they've been able to kind of go into the program. And I can tell you most or nearly all of them did not have any IT experience before they come into the program. And when they come into the program, 3 months program, they are able to get a job maybe after 3 months or after 6 months into the program. And as you can see in there, so they're actually telling us about their journey, how they moved from being a novice to become a techie person. And some of these guys now have gone to actually get some other roles as well anyway. Okay, there's another person as well. So you can see So, and that person is a DA, and this another person a BA with NHS actually. So yeah, this another person. So let's move on, please. So yeah. And yeah, so let's stay here a bit actually. So this person actually got this role for when she did the program, and she got a role even in the US actually. So you know, right now the world is a global market anyway. Anywhere you can actually you can actually get the role. So that is one person as well. Okay, let's move on as well. If you can move on. So it doesn't matter where you are, you can just move on. It doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what roles you've got. So one thing that I can tell you is like, yeah, we can help you kickstart your career. We've done that for many years, actually, since 2009. We started this, and there are a lot of testimonies. Even people have got jobs right there in Nigeria. You heard about David, and this another person that went before now actually got a job in Nigeria with InterSwitch. Even in the UK, the list is endless. Even everywhere now, we have people that have gone through us. So even if you say you're going to Blue Sky, some of them will know, okay, for you to have survived Blue Sky, that means you know what you know. And this another person has actually got a job in Europe. So if you're in Europe as well, or you want to get a job in Europe, it's also there for you. You have different people as well. So this is another person who is a dental nurse actually. So if you're also in the health line and you are thinking, how will I do it? So this is also possible. And this person actually is from a French speaking country with less of English, and she was able to do it anyway. So this is another person. So let's just move on quickly, if that's fine, because of the time that we have. Yeah, this person is saying, I don't have any knowledge of IT. And one thing I can tell you, all these roles are most of them are remote based. Anywhere you are, you can get this role actually, and you work remotely, you work from home, and that's good thing about IT roles. Actually, you have opportunity to work from home, no matter what you choose, whether you go for a BA or you go for a DA or you go for a Scrum Master or even a project manager. So yeah. So let's quickly talk about this one, the work placement structure. So the program, you are going to have some training. Of course, we're going to train you. So we look at this as if we employ you, right? And then we know that you haven't got any experience, or you haven't got any training about it. So we train you on what to do, and we'll put you on a project and you start to do this thing. So it's like on-the-job training per se, because what I believe, and it has also worked for us actually, is that when you go for interview, people will not ask you what training you've gone through. They will only ask you what you know, right? So they will ask you, have you done this? Have you done this? Do you have experience with it? So that experience is what we are trying to give to you. And to be honest, so it's going to be really, really intense, because you're going to actually be competing with people that have got 3 years experience, and you only got 3 months to capture that. So expect it to be very, very intense anyway. And that is going to be what it's going to be. So of course, at the end, you'll be giving certificates as well. So we'll also give you some insight to professional certification that you can do as well. Let's move on, please. So yeah. So okay, I will attend to some of the questions. I think we can skip this one because the people that spoke already mentioned what they are going to get anyway. So in terms of Scrum Master, so if you need more information, we can also watch the video as well. The video is online, it's on YouTube. So this is the work you're going to be given. If you can stay there a bit. So what you're going to happen is, like, when I work as a Scrum Master, I have developer in my team. I have QAs in my team. I have BAs in my team. So technically, that's what you're going to get as well on this platform. So whether you are a BA or a QA or developer or Scrum Master, you'll be working as a team, as if you're actually working in a workplace. So you have exposure to everything. It's not like you go for some training, you are a BA, you only have BA in your team. that you can know how to work with other people in. So you are a full team. I run a consultancy company in the UK. So my developers are there. They're going to be there. And also all these mentors, over 75 or 80 of them, would also be assisting you in one way or the other to ensure that you get to where you are going. And good thing is like these people have gone through this program before. They know what you need to, they are expecting. So let's move on, please. Yeah. So, and yeah, so I think this has already been mentioned as well. So yeah, if you are looking for salary that you are looking for, depending, yeah, so you're looking around 30 to 60, but the upper limit is more than that. So we got some recognitions and some awards. This is one of them. And there are a lot of them actually over the film. I just put a few of them here. Anyway, this is another one. So the best non-profit educational institution in London. That is one. And we are also shortlisted for this one as well, the excellent learning. And this is another one that we are shortlisted. If you can stay on this one, the previous one, we are shortlisted with the people like, if you can go there quickly, the previous one, because I just want to mention, as you can see, previously. Okay. Okay, yeah, this one, as you can see now, so we are just listed with some people like Capgemini, actually, right? Deliveroo, right? So as you can see, and our name is there with the with the guy, great people of this particular nation in IT. So which means that there's something that we are actually doing that even I can tell you we did not win this award. We are finalists on this award, but it's a great thing that to be part of this anyway. So yeah, if you move to the next one, the next one, we actually won it actually. Yeah. So that's myself getting the award. Let's move on. And this one as well. So this is another one that we actually kind of got nominated for. As you can see, this is from BCS actually. So if BCS recognize you, and that means you are actually doing well. So yeah, so it's a brand that people are associated with. Actually, BCS is the regulation organization in the UK. This is one of the awards that we also got as well. Yeah, you can see IT training development 2003 in the UK. So that is us. We actually got it. And also, yeah, so that is inauguration. As you can see, that's the MP of our borough, and also the mayor as well at that graduation. So there are a lot of awards that, yeah, I don't want to bore you. So that's that. So now let's go on. Yeah. So okay, so if you want to apply, if you stay here quickly, if you want to apply for the courses, so and you want to, yeah, it's 600 to be honest. So if you round it up, anyway, so 599.99 anyway. So you have, yeah, just go to prepmajor.com, and you can as well go to courses.prepmajor.com. You can see the courses there as well. I'm going to put the on the chart as well. If anyone can put on the chart, that's fine. prepmajor.com or courses.prepmajor.com. So if you are looking to pay instrumentally, I would advise you go to courses.prepmedia.com. So you can be able to use Klarna, you can use also other things, like PayPal to pay instrumentally. So you can pay in 3 installments or 4 installments using ClearPay or Afterpay anyway. So okay, all right, and also you can do a back transfer as well from Prep Major. So this is the courses again, if you want to look into that anyway. So that, I think that's everything there is. So I'll go through the question on the chat. So if you have any question, you can put on the chat, and yeah, I will quickly, we go maybe 15 minutes. We can use that time to kind of answer those questions. You can as well unmute if you want. So I would allow you to unmute. Yeah. Okay, if you have any questions, so, and you can unmute. I think you should be able to unmute yourself. So, and you can. Okay, so there's some question there. Thanks for the presentation. In an MSc in data science, in data science. Okay, I'm interested in Scrum Master course, and I would like to know if there's a student discount for this course. Okay, all right, that is a good question. That's a good one. So I think someone already asked me about that. So, and I say I'm going to talk to the team, but we'll let you know. So if you are in the Telegram, or if you follow us on any of the links on social media, we'll put the information there. So we normally encourage students as well, but you need to have evidence to prove that you are a student anyway. So we would let everyone know anyway So another thing that I want to say also, this is very, very important. We have early bird voucher, actually, which allows you to get 10% of the fee. So, and that was meant to expire yesterday, right? But I have told the guys actually that we can extend it today or tomorrow, but I can say by tomorrow you will not be able to use that early bird again. For some people that have been, they are waiting for the early bird, and we told them last week as well. So by tomorrow, you will not be able to use it again. So it's a 10% if you register today or tomorrow, but after tomorrow, you will not be able to register for that again. You will not be able to use the early bird 10% anyway. So which means that, if you use the early bird, that's 60 pounds of your of the fee anyway. So okay, how often do you run the program? I mean, the internship. Okay, normally we run this program twice in a week. Twice in a year, rather, twice in a year before. But now we've kind of run it more frequently right now. I would say like 3 times in a year for now anyway. So it's 3 months. After 3 months, there will be like 1 month break or thereabout, then another 3 months. So I would say in every 4 months, we always would try as much as possible to run it. But I would say one thing is sure, we would actually, if not 3 times in a year, we would do 2 in a year. Okay. So I am interested in the Scrum Master. When is the next session starts in January, actually. January. So if you apply today, you get 10% off by tomorrow anyway. But the program starts in January for the next 3 months. So by April, we would kind of finish end of April anyway. So Thank you for another thing that I want to say for the students is very, very important, because someone actually shared this to me within the advanced program. Actually, for students, you are able, I think if you go through this program, because some people have gone through this program and they were able to get sponsorship from different companies. So that's another thing. I will not sponsor you, but there are some companies that can give you COS based on the courses that you do here. So that's another thing that can happen, because an IT courses and you use a professional course as well. So, and for you to, if you get a job with them, they would kind of give you COS as well. So that's another thing to put out there as well. So please expatiate on the cybersecurity. Okay, Pat, do you want to speak on the cybersecurity, please, if that's okay?
Okay, so the cybersecurity course is going to train you to be a SOC analyst. So that's the foundational bit of you getting that practical hands-on knowledge, because we believe that once the foundation is solved, the rest are just tasks for you to do with the building blocks, and you finding your way into other areas of specialization. So the SOC analyst training could get you a SOC analyst 1, SOC analyst 2, and you're going to and SOC analyst 3. So you are going to be working on you'll be provisioning VMs on your local, and you'll be working with with Microsoft Sentinel. You'll be working in the same environment. You'll be exposed to the use of MITRE framework. You'll be exposed to setting up the security infrastructure as well, and also incident management. You're going to learn all the different types of attacks, how to manage, how to do investigation. Yes, thorough investigation. You're going to learn how to use virus total and Talos and all other tools. It's really is massively hands-on. There's just a lot to learn. And the start date is in January as well for the cybersecurity course. And you're going to also get support from people, from mentors as well, because we have mentors. I'm also one of the mentors in the cybersecurity class as well. So you're going to also get to work with us. I will get to work with you as well on how to put your CV together, because that's one of the challenges that we've seen that people have. After learning all of that, they want to know how to put their CVs together so they are marketable and they can apply for roles out there. So if you are interested, it's a course you're going to enjoy. Yeah. So yeah, you can jump in. We might be introducing the other courses around in cybersecurity as well, the GRC and compliance. We're working closely with the tutor who's going to be doing that. So he just needs to give us a start date for that, and then we'll communicate that to you.
Okay, thank you, Pat, for that. So I will quickly read out for the sake of the videos. There's some questions in there. So, and for the early board, so if you want to use the early boards, just go to prepmajor.com, right? Choose the course that you want, right? Then continue through payment. When you get to the payment section, right, it's going to ask you to put, on the coupon, and you can put early bird coupon. So quickly, let me share my screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. So if you can see my screen, this is prepmajor.com, right? So what you need to do, select a course that you want. Okay, let's say I want this particular course. Okay, so I click on that. And one thing that you can see here as well, you can look at the information, right? And also look at the curriculums as well. Anyway, so there are a lot of things that you're going to get from here, as you can see. So yeah, it's divided into two sections. There's the core and also the additional ones as well. So you can actually watch the videos here to actually get yourself familiarized. So each one of them has got different descriptions and curriculums as well. So yeah, so that is that. So then once you've kind of okay with that, but to be honest, if you have any questions, you can send an email to admin@prepmajor.com, admin@prepmajor.com. So yeah, how to get the course, you click on get course, right? So that takes you to the cart, and then on here you can apply the coupon. So if you pay tomorrow, so let's say today or tomorrow, you have early bird, so you can apply the coupon here. So and that will give you, so I think that is expired. We're going to enable it anyway, so today, so that will be re-enabled anyway, so you will be able to get that. So 10% will be removed from here. Okay, so by the end of today, we'll enable that early bird so that you can use it tomorrow anyway, by today or tomorrow. So then after that, you will have 60 pounds removed from here, and then you can click on proceed to checkout. So once you go to proceed to checkout, you can put your detail in, right? So then after that, you can either pay with credit card using Stripe, okay? Or you can also pay by PayPal, You can also pay now, pay instrumental using paper, but I must say this is accredited by paper. So you need to be able to go to paper and enable that functionality on paper. So you can as well pay in 3 installments as well, or 4 installments using ClearPay. Or if you want to pay directly as well, you can do a bank transfer. Or Google Pay, you can also do that. And if you want to pay through Klarna, so I would quickly show that to you. If you want to pay through Klarna, so just go to courses.prepmedia, because I know some people already got Klarna payments. So let's say I want to pay for this course now with Klarna. So you can go here and get course, okay? It's the same process as well anyway. So the only thing is just different website. So, but it's the same company. So you can go to checkout, yeah, as well. But here you'll not be able to use the coupon. Okay, so if you want to use the coupon, use the other one. So if you want to now pay with Klarna, you go here and you click on Klarna anyway. So that's another thing. Or you want to use or pay fortnightly. So that's another thing so that you can do. So that is that. So okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, there are other questions as well. So I can't see cybersecurity. Okay, now you can see cybersecurity on the courses one, right? If you want to, go, and I will send that link to you. So cybersecurity, you go to the courses.prepmedia.com and you can see cybersecurity there anyway. Okay. So the start date of the course, okay. All right, for the start date of the course, it starts in January, 2nd week of January. So that's when we are starting. So which is going to be okay. So that is going to be 11th of, that's on a Thursday, 11th of January. That's when we are starting the course. Okay. The cybersecurity, if you go to, I think someone is mentioning cybersecurity. So I think you can see that there. Okay. So I think, you've been, yes, the cybersecurity is 599 as well. So that is a typo on that one. So it's not, So, okay. So if you are a student, of course, you send the certificate. No, it's going to be your admission letter and as well as your student ID, to, which is valid student ID. So that we know that it's valid right now. So, so it's not only letter for admission, it has to be with student ID to show that you've actually enrolled in school as well. So you send it to admin@prepmedia.com anyway. So if you are doing instrumental, will you benefit from early bird? So if you are doing instrumental, so you will need to use prepmedia.com. So, but I think you can still use instrument on that one, but you are not able to use Klarna on that anyway. So, okay. So you can still benefit from the installments. Does installment plan only work for people in the UK? So it's not only for people in the UK, but I think you are not able to use Klarna for installment if you are not in the UK. No. If you're in the Europe, I think you can use Klarna. And also, I think in the US as well. Well, but if you're in Nigeria or Africa, I don't think is covered anyway. But if you're in the Europe, any part of the Europe, or if you are in the US and Canada, I think, or even Australia as well, you are able to use the installment payments as well. What are the pre-knowledge you must have for the cyber? Okay, all right. I may say all the courses, you don't need to have a pre-knowledge. We assume that you haven't got anything, you don't know anything at all. Any of the courses will start from scratch, right? So they're all for beginners. They are all for everyone that hasn't got any knowledge in any of these disciplines, okay? So you don't need to have any knowledge of cybersecurity or IT or servers or So you would start from beginning to the end anyway. So that's it. Okay. All right, cool. I think that's all the questions. Okay, over to you, Pat.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for your time. I believe you've all gained value from attending tonight. Apologies, we were around over time, and we hope that you are able to make a decision on the next level of your career. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze it. In fact, don't even think about the money. There's always a way. And the reason why I'm saying this is that these courses, the internship program here, um, if you go out there for something like this, and I'm not sure I know any company that does what we do. And only one company that I've been on their webinars as well to see what they are doing. An American training platform. They charge $5,000 for it was for a cybersecurity course that I joined the webinar for, and I was like, oh my goodness, our students of Blue Sky Citadel are going to pay $5,000 for, and we had to start, looking for somebody who is able to to identify with our mission and our goals. We want as many people as possible to be empowered in IT, and that is why we've made it so really, really affordable for everyone. And don't overthink it. Just if you desire to build a career in IT and you desire a community that would support you, this is the place to be. And on that note, I will say have a good night. Somebody is asking a question. What time? It's in the evening. We found out that a lot of people that come in here, they go to work during the day, and in the evening it's like an evening class. So maybe from 8 p.m., regularly from 8 p.m. till evening, when you're on your project team, you can decide what time in the evening you want to meet. So, and if you miss any of the classes in the evening, just let your team members know. There will always be a video replay. You just need to make up your mind and engage in your team. Pick up your video when you come back from work. Dedicate that time to the training, dedicate it to the internship. It always pays off. Yeah, so that's it. Evening time, everyone. Just plan if you need to block your evening or speak to your manager about your shift just for the next 3 months, starting in January. Start to talk about it, start to plan. If you need to swap your shift with people, start to talk about it now. I'm sure they will understand. So, but the evening time is what works. Our mentors too, they work during the day, and then evening time, they're able to give their time to support the interns on the platform. Yeah.
Okay, if I may add, Pat,
Yeah.
if I may also say, one, of course, the training is good, but more than the training is a practical experience, right? You are going to be given a project, and on your leisure time, anytime, you're going to be working on that. So what we say is like, we train, we record. Then there's a part of the doing, which you can do anytime. So even if you are not able to attend the training, which I think you should try as much as possible to attend the training, it's going to be recorded. And they will, in that recording, will let you know what you need to do, right? Then you go and do them, right? For instance, now someone is asking, okay, if I don't like meetings, right? So what will I do? I think you go for a technical one, right? Of course, if you don't like meetings, you are not going to do well as a Scrum Master anyway, because Scrum Master talk a lot and they organize ceremonies. They call it ceremonies anyway, but it's not the ceremony that we know anyway. But the ceremonies that are talking about is meetings anyway. So if you don't like meetings, don't even step into the Scrum Mastering. I would say key way or data analysis will be best for you. Not even a BA, because you have to do elicitation of requirements. You have to talk to people. So as a developer, you can be in front of a computer, not talk, or you don't need to talk to anyone. The same way with a QA, you don't need to talk to anyone. And also data analysis as well, a bit of that. So, but one thing I can tell you is like, this is a practical program, right? So because of that, yeah, you need to get your hands dirty. So you would be doing the work of that particular role you apply for. As a Scrum Master, you would be going for meeting with your team. As a DA, you'll be also kind of working with data. As a QA, you'll be testing the application that we give to you. As a BA, you'll be eliciting the requirements that you're going to get. You will need to speak to your stakeholders. You have a whole team that will be there with you developing an application, and you have the mentors as well to support you, and as well as the bodies as well. So that's one that I can say. Yeah. I mean, not.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, yeah. So I have a question. So and my question is, I know it's kind of like an afterthought, but never too late. For someone who is an introvert, a mom, and who desires to work from home, which aspect of IT would you recommend?
I think that's parts. You
All
just
right,
describe parts anyway. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, the response to that is that you need to book a session with me, then I can speak with you and assess those questions that you are not asking just here. Because there's always something behind this kind of question. So I'll send you, you're my DM, yeah? I'll send you a link so that we can have a chat together, and I'll guide you. If that is
Thank
okay.
you.
You're welcome.
All right. So I think that's it anyway. So you got almost one month or two actually. So by 11th of January, this program will start. But one thing I can say is that like this program like this always kind of fill up on time actually. So I would advise you to, even if you are not using the early bird by tomorrow, so ensure that you apply on time, because the last time people will say, okay, we close it early. So most especially if you are going for Scrum Master and BA. So we are not looking for a lot of people anyway. So we have one or two teams anyway. So 2 teams is what we did last time. And at the point, I think part we are looking at, yeah. So even right now, we already got 50 people waiting actually to start this program, right? Because
Yeah.
we kind of partner with other company. So, and they are sending 50 people to us. We don't even know how we're going to kind of, yeah. So, well, please do apply. Even if you start tomorrow, we already got 50 people anyway. So that will come in. So this one will fill in quickly anyway. So please do apply on time. And then for those one that's applied, by the end of this week, you'll be added to a group, okay? Did I say this week, right? By the end of next week, you'll be added to a group. Yeah. So then you should be getting notifications as you go along, because if you'll be added to Prep Major as well. So on Prep Major, there are a lot of videos that you can actually watch, to be honest. Some of the videos you go online and to other courses, and you have to pay to get them. So here you get the videos, right? And it's our videos. It's not any other video. It's video that we did by ourselves. So you get access to the video, and you can use the Christmas time to watch those videos, to be honest. That's another thing that you can even do while people are eating their chicken and everything. You soak into the video, get ready for next year. And it's going to be a great time for us anyways. It's a new year, a new dispensation. And yeah, okay. And I think we got more on business analysis, please. Is it one row on its own, or it has branches? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to quickly go through the roles, if that's fine. So one, you have the Scrum Masters, okay? Scrum Masters arrange ceremonies. That's just easy. Ceremonies, if you talk about ceremonies, is meetings, okay? They ensure that the team delivers on what they are being asked to, okay? Organize the people. So if you are a people person, Scrum Master is the one for you, right? If you love meeting people, arranging meetings, and if you are that admin person, when they give you something, you put it at the right place. I think Scrum Master is good for you. So then number 2, okay? So BA, okay, if you love writing, because for a BA, you have to write, you have to convert what the stakeholders told you at the meeting into Word, into something that developers can actually understand. So you convert it, you do those things. Of course, you have to speak to people. You must have a flair for writing and also talking as well, convincing people as well. So yeah, BA is for you. If you like crunching data, right, you just want to crunch those data, you like data, you can, data inspires you anyway. So yeah, data analysis is good for you actually. But if you also, you don't want to do Scrum Mastering, but you think, I think I can do more than Scrum Mastering. I'm a people person. I like to manage people. I like to be at top of the game. Yeah. Or you've also actually go ahead in your career. You are a senior person, like a senior manager in your career. You want to do transition into IT. So, and I would say, maybe project manager or agile delivery manager will be suited to you, because you can now have your transferable skills as a senior manager and you can use that into agile delivery. Or if you are those particular person, your parents always smack you that you break things, and which you shouldn't break actually. So you want to see what is inside that particular toy. You always break it as when you are small. Maybe Kiwi is the place for you. You're going to test it till it breaks. Actually, you are meticulous. You are curious. Okay, you got attention to details. Then Kiwi could be a best place for you. So you just have to look inward. Or if you just, of course, if you also are about cyber and also you want to, or I just want to do ethical hacking, you want to have that, or servers and everything. So so you can go to cybersecurity. Now, from what I said now, I didn't mention anything about IT. Do you get it now? I just mentioned personalities and what you have inbuilt in you that you can convert. The IT part, who will give to you, right? The tools, the knowledge, the experience will give to you. But we want you to have passion for those jobs. Do you get it now? And to be honest, if you're also motivated with money as well, there's cool money in there as well. There's nothing we can hide from it. So one thing, like Pat said, in those days, maybe a few years ago, people of our color would not want to expose where they are earning their money. So, but this is changing. We are not about that. So because we feel like the more people we put into job placement, the more is better for us. Not for people like us, even for people going behind us, so that they can actually be able to look to people behind to say, this person is done very well, and I want to be like uncle, I want to be like brother, something like that. So for us, it's a passion. So we kind of have a passion to say by the end of this year, or next year, 2025, we want to have 2,500 people that will be able to place into places. So that's what we are saying. So, okay. So the cybersecurity is 600 anyway. So if you are seeing 500, that would be, I think it was already been fixed. So if you can refresh your screen, you will see it anyway. So thank you so much. Over to you, Pat.
So that is me. I just wanted to make this open to anyone here. If you're struggling to make a decision on which role you should go for, okay, on Monday I'll put out a link in the general Telegram group so that you can have a session. I'm going to arrange it as a group session because I'm sure that a lot of people are still like thinking and worried, okay, should I go for this and that? And there's nothing as good as having that clarity right there and then about what you're going in for. You don't want to come in for your course and then you're thinking, oh, I want to change, or you're not clear. Clarity is good for you to start off with. So on Monday, look out for that link. I'll put the link there. So it will be in the evening. It will be in the evening It's 7:30 p.m. An hour session at most. So if you need to have that clarity about what role to go for, and please be ready to come in with your current CV, what you are doing currently. So if you are not in with your current CV, I will not be able to help you. Okay, please note that Monday, 7:30 p.m. Thank you. Okay, someone is asking for the Telegram group. Okay, all right. I will get the Telegram group and share it here. Bear with me a second, because you all
And you
need
can
to
as well
be.
put it on you can put it on Instagram as well anyway. So
The
that's fine.
Telegram group is on Instagram.
No,
It's
no,
on.
I mean the link on Monday. The link.
The link on Monday. Okay, yeah, for
Yeah,
anyone,
you
yeah.
can share it. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Telegram link, and you have sent it
Oh,
right now.
thank you,
So you
Deji,
can
for doing that.
yeah.
So join the day. Monday, 7:30 p.m. You get the link to join. So please, if you don't come in with your current CV, I will not be able to help you, because we have to be able to work together, and then you can make that decision on which role you want to go in for. So I don't usually do this, but I just want to do this for everyone that is struggling to decide what role to go in for. Have a good night. That is me. I don't
Thank
have
you,
any.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
No, sorry, the discount is only for tomorrow. It's not applicable on Monday. Okay, you need to make your decision. But one thing I can say, maybe because of what Pat said right now, if you are still struggling, if you apply for the course right now, we can be able to move you right after the recommendation from Pat anyway. But you need to apply. Then if you apply, you now say, I want to change, we can move you to a different one anyway. Yeah, that you want to choose to. Okay. So the discount code is early bird. Okay, so you just use it in a few minutes anyway, so it's not now. So we need to okay. So in the next 5 minutes, it's going to be enabled. So and it's going to be available until. So that is the discount code. Okay, so it's going to be enabled in the next 5 minutes. Then of course disabled by tomorrow. Okay, because it was disabled yesterday anyway. Yeah. Okay, so where do you apply? So I think I've sent, maybe you joined late. So I'm going to send the link again. So that is the link. Yeah, that's the link to if you want to apply, or if you want to use installments. Okay, for those guys that want to use installment payments, you need to use that. You need to use this one. Okay. So, okay. All right. I think that's us. Thank you so much, Pat. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.